Grace and peace, y'all. It is officially 8:05. Just woke up from a nap and I'm on here. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I was guided to give an understanding as to what you see when you see these spiritualists come on. And they're giving you these layouts, these instructions, this guidance on how to live your life, how to correct your path. Because I notice that many people, and when I say notice, I mean through your energy. Being that I can read energy so well, it's through the masses of energy that comes through that I walk past. I notice that when people are receiving this energy through this divinely guided channel, that many people think this is content. And this is not content. Content is something you sit down and you construct for the sake of having others consume it and feel validated through it. What is being done when someone sits down in their spiritual self and gives you divinely guided instructions? This is leadership. This is guidance. They are an earthly spirit guide sent here to help get you on track. Now, I know what it may look like. It may seem like, people are just getting dolled up, dressed up, and doing everything else. And that's because we're so naturally programmed to see the world through the eyes of falsifiedness. Not even a word, but that's it. The glamour of things. You don't see the aspects of what goes into being a spiritual channel. How most spiritualists, I know and I respect my fellow spiritualists so deeply because I know what it goes into it. You sleeping with a notebook beside the bed because you're going to wake up with divinely guided information that you're going to need to get out, so you're writing it down. Your notes in your phone is covered with just information that's just pouring into you. You got voice notes everywhere, sticky notes everywhere, little notepads everywhere, because that information is coming to you and all you can do is record it and get it out as you're receiving it. And it don't stop. This is a full-time job. This is why you hear most people who are spiritualists, they quit their jobs. God, he completely guides you to quit your job. It is because you are signing up for a full-term tour with the Lord. It reminds me of, and this is what I'm getting a vision of, thank you, Holy Spirit, joining the military. You join the military, you sign on for your tour. You are in. You can't leave it, you're on it. But you're also signing up to no longer be a civilian. Because you can no longer live the way other people live. All the information you're receiving, that you know that truth is the whole reason for it to exist. It's all purposed in truth. You can't unknow the truth. That's why the movie The Matrix is what most spiritualists will go to when it comes to explaining what this is like, because that is it. Once you're unplugged, you're unplugged. You don't get to go back. You are now officially going to have to live that life for the rest of your life. And on top of that, because you have signed on to also be leadership under your guru, because that's the other thing too. The reason why you're not supposed to judge how someone else leads is because our divine source will appeal to the soul in the way that it identifies. So if you are someone who so identifies with Hinduism and Buddha is someone's guru, that's who you're going to identify with. It still is connected to source. Source just appears to us in what is most comfortable. Oh yeah, that's for somebody. So if you are someone who heavily identifies with Jesus, who is who I channel, then I am somebody who is going to guide you toward Jesus's way to bring you closer to your divinity and therefore connecting you back to source. But when you, not me, you, see this as just content, something that's scrollable, not understanding that these instructions were not something that they sat with and just came up with and decided and said, oh no, that's going to be good. They're going to like this. No, when you understand that this is instruction, this is teachings, this is getting you to understand how to actually view the world, you start really opening up to what is possible for you. Now, it doesn't hurt a channeler to not have people follow, like, subscribe. It doesn't hurt them. Why? They've already made the choice to be in alignment. So regardless of if the people who you are supposed to lead choose to stay asleep, to stay plugged into the matrix, you're still on your path. So we're chilling. We live in heaven on earth. The reason why we signed up is so that we can help you get to your point of living in heaven on earth as well. So you're not hurting someone who is trying to guide you to the light by not subscribing to them, not liking, not following, not even changing your life and turning it around. You hurt yourself because your soul is obviously crying out for it. If it's coming up for you, you're asking the questions internally. But you don't want to look away. Seeking the answers is the problem. To become deeply spiritual, you have to no longer care what anybody's going to think about your methods. You're going to have to follow and not care that you're not following the way the world tells you to. It's going to take you to places within yourself that you are scared to look at. And this is why a lot of people don't want to follow. Because it calls for you to look at yourself, to look at your behaviors, to look at your ways, and to look at the people around you for what they truly are. It calls for you to live in truth. Because that's what it's all about, truth. Too many of us would take the lie because it's easier to digest versus enjoying the truth for what it is and living a real life versus a falsified one. It's not about taking these physical trips that are putting your soul still in a deficit. Your soul is crying out for you. Your younger self needs you to heal, and your higher self is begging for you to get on point. But you rather live, I'm going to be honest, we just going to call it the basic life. Because the real life, that heavenly life, that's the real thing. That's you no longer stunting for the gram. That's you no longer putting it on for a 60-second show on TikTok. That's you actually doing the work. And a spiritualist is called to do this 24/7 because not only am I guiding you, I also have to guide my own children. What would it look like me telling you how to live and letting my child live worldly? So that she have to literally get to the point where you're at now to have to turn around and follow someone else to get to where she needs to be. When I can be instructing her while I'm instructing you. 24/7 we doing this. 24/7. There's no breaks. There's plenty of times I wake up at 2 a.m. and I'm writing down information that I need to give to you guys. Because that's when it's coming. Plenty of times where I'm like, gosh, I gotta brush my teeth first. But that's when it's coming. Plenty of times where I just need to take a walk so I can kind of clear my head because I'm getting so much information at the same time that it's like, because I'm doing it for you guys. Understand that this is not content. Content is something you sit with and you concoct as a creativity. We get creative with our delivery, but this ain't content. All of this that you're hearing about living spiritual, about, looking at the world from this 5D plane, and it's all real. All of it. It's not a game. But you could keep playing it like it's a game. Because you're losing out on your soul. I'm going to leave this right here. Love and light. Peace.